maximum power transfer theorem, which is a DC statement for a DC circuit. Please respond. Good afternoon. Yes, please. Akhil, are you there? 74. Akhil. Akhil. Yes, please. Okay. I want to know whether you understood maximum power transfer theorem statement or not. Yes?
Ma'am, explain once more.
You want me to explain once again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is a very simple theorem when compared to Thevenin's and Norton's. Once you understand what is Thevenin's theorem, then you could understand maximum power transfer theorem also. Because maximum power transfer theorem, first of all, in any circuit has to be reduced to Thevenin equivalent circuit. Then we'll be finding out what is the maximum power transfer to whatever the resistor it is asked. Okay, so let me. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So what is the statement of maximum power transfer theorem? The statement of maximum power transfer theorem is, okay, whenever you have any circuit, that circuit can be reduced to, okay, Thevenin equivalent circuit first, and maximum power will be transferred from source to the load when load impedance is equal to Thevenin equivalent impedance, or load resistance is equal to Thevenin equivalent resistance. When you talk about DC circuit statement, then we call it as a resistance. When you talk about AC circuit statement, we call it as an impedance. Okay, so that impedance case is different. For AC circuit statement, we'll see later. When we talk about DC circuit statement, I have a circuit like this, which has been reduced to Thevenin equivalent circuit, and then the load resistance is added here. If you just observe, okay, so whenever this load is varied, okay, for example, variation means we will start any variation from 0. So 0 ohms, 10 ohms, 20 ohms, like that. So for example, this RTH is equal to 100 ohms we got after reduction. Okay, so that means when I start varying this load resistance from 0 ohms, when it reaches to 10 ohms, which is equal to Thevenin equivalent resistance, then maximum power will be transferred from this source to this load. That is the point. Okay, maximum power will be transferred from source to the load when load resistance is equal to Thevenin equivalent resistance. That is the meaning. Okay, that is the statement. That means before applying Thevenin's theorem, you need to reduce the complete circuit other than the load resistor into Thevenin equivalent circuit. When we come across problem, you can understand. You just understand what is the statement here. So if you just observe what is the current I in this circuit, I will be equal to, both are in series if you just observe. So VTH, voltage divided by resistance. So both are in series. So I is equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Okay, so once you get I value, now you can find out what is the power which is produced in this load, which is nothing but I square into RL. P is equal to V into I, or you can call it as I square into RL. So what is our I value? I is equal to VTH by RTH plus RL whole square into RL. So this is the power, which, okay, the power equation which is across the load. Okay, that means the power which is absorbed by the load for different values of RL. RL is not fixed here. Okay, so RL is a variable here in this case. So when the maximum power is transferred from source to the load, when the load resistance RL value equals to RTH, that we will be proving this maximum power will be transferred from source to the load when RTH is equal to RL, that we will be proving if you just observe. Okay, so this is how the power curve will be. It starts from 0. As RL value is increased and it reaches to the value of RTH, then maximum power is transferred. Okay, so whenever RL value is still increased, then power starts reducing and goes to 0. When RL is infinite, there is no question of current. So no current means no power. So that is why it is going to 0 again. Understood? So this is what we prove now. What is the condition when the maximum power is transferred to the load? We just observe. Okay, for any variable to get maximum power, to get maximum value, what we do is we differentiate that variable with respect to another variable and equate it to 0. So here that is what we are doing. We are differentiating the power which is I square, which is VTH by RTH plus RL whole square into RL. We are differentiating it with respect to RL and equating it to 0. Okay, so in the previous equation, if you just observe, okay, let me show the previous equation. So this is your equation for power. If you just expand VTH square into RL divided by RTH plus RL whole square is the denominator. So you need to apply U by V formula. VDU minus UDV by V square. That is what is applied here. VDU minus UDV divided by V square. Already this is RTH plus RL whole square. If it is again squared, you will be getting power 4. So if you simplify this equation after applying U by V formula and equating it to 0, you will get a condition that RL is equal to RTH. That means the maximum power will be transferred when load resistance is equal to the source resistance. And after that, if you just substitute wherever RL is there, if you substitute RTH, that maximum power formula you will be getting, which is equal to VTH square by 4 into RTH. You can substitute in that, in the previous equation, which is P is equal to I square into RL, where VTH by RTH plus RL whole square into RL, in that if you substitute, okay, for RL equal to RTH, you will be getting maximum power transfer. Very important formula and very important condition for maximum power transfer for a DC circuit. Understood? Yes, please. This is what I have explained in the last class. And coming to AC circuit statement, so whenever you have an AC circuit which is like this, okay, I have a linear active bilateral network and a load impedance of ZL I have, and what is the condition for maximum power transfer from source to the load is, first of all, you need to reduce this complete linear active bilateral network, which is very complex or whatever it may be, to first Thevenin equivalent circuit, which is VTH and ZTH. After that, you need to connect this load resistance. Okay, so when the maximum power is transferred from source to the load, when the load impedance is equal to the complex conjugate of source impedance. What is source impedance? Thevenin equivalent impedance. Okay, in the previous case, what we got, when the load resistance is equal to Thevenin's resistance, we got maximum power transfer. But in AC circuit, when load impedance is equal to Thevenin equivalent impedance conjugate, then only maximum power transfer will be taking place. So how? If you just observe, let us suppose we don't know whether it is a complex conjugate or whatever it may be. we just assume the value of ZL and value of ZTH like this. ZTH is equal to RTH plus JXTH. ZL is equal to RL plus JXL. Then the current flowing through this load will be equal to VTH by ZTH plus ZL. That is what is written here. After that, VTH by, you substitute what is the ZTH value, which is RTH plus RL plus J into XTH plus XL. So we have written this in the form of a real part and imaginary part. After finishing this, IL is equal to VTH by root over RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square. This is the magnitude value of the denominator. Okay, if you have any any complex number in the form of real part plus imaginary part, then the magnitude will be always equal to a square plus b square. If it is a plus jb, okay, a square plus b square. So this is the magnitude value. Now what will be the power which is absorbed by the load? Always equal to I square into RL, or IL square into RL. So what is IL square here? You substitute this value. So this will be VTH square divided by, this root will be going off since it is squared. So that is written here into RL. Are you following, ma? Yes, please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are following, right? So just we are going to, prove that maximum power will be transferred from source to the load when load impedance is equal to, complex conjugate of the Thevenin equivalent impedance. That is what we are going to prove. For this, we have assumed the Z value, assumed the impedance of the load as well as the impedance of this Thevenin impedance, okay, in the form of real part and imaginary part. Here also real part plus imaginary part. Right, after assumption, we got the power equation to be equal to 1 here. I mean, as first equation, right? Are you with me now? You just hold on. Let us prove that the maximum power will be transferred when load impedance is equal to complex conjugate of Thevenin equivalent impedance. Okay, first case 1. We have, if you just observe the power equation, you have load resistance as well as load reactance both, isn't it? That means load impedance is having real part as a resistance RL and reactance part which is XL. Okay. So in first case, let us keep RL as constant and XL is varied in the first case. Okay. So what happens? XL is varying means, okay, RL is constant and XL is varying. Okay. Whatever variable is varied, with that variable you need to differentiate that particular power equation and equate it to 0 in order to get the condition. So for that, what we have done, you just observe, I have differentiated the power equation with respect to XL, which is variable. Okay, after differentiating with respect to XL, equate it to 0. Understood? Okay, you just take down the equation before for this one. Every one of you, I'll just give you 1 minute time. You just note down all this and you need to differentiate the power with respect to XL, and you have to tell me whether you got the same answer or not. I'll give you 1 minute time for noting down these equations till equation 1. Make it fast. Every one of you. Are you ready with your books and pens?
Yes,
At
ma'am.
least
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay, make it fast. Make it fast, make it fast. One minute time to note down these equations. After that, let me know. After differentiating this power with the same U by V formula with respect to XL, you got the same answer as I have written in my screen. Make it fast. I want every one of you to put paper and pen ready. When you put pen on your paper, then only you will understand this subject. Simply listening to my audio, watching my video, you can't understand. Every one of you, you have to be ready with paper and pen. And you have to note down whatever I explain. Okay, fine, make it fast. Okay, are you done with the before equation, ma, till equation 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you differentiate the equation with respect to XL, U by V formula. And tell me whether you got load reactance is equal to Thevenin equivalent reactance or not. You tell me, all of you. Don't sit idle. You have to do just simple calculations that you already know, U by V formula. Make it fast. Are you done with all the assignments which I am posting in the classroom? Okay, make it fast. If you just observe here, we are writing U by V formula. That means V du, isn't it? V du, V is like this, which is RT, V is the denominator, right? RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square is the V value. We are doing with respect to XL. That means if you differentiate this with V du, you are doing this numerator with respect to XL. Do you have any XL part? No. So this becomes 0 here. So next minus U, which is VTH square into RL, dV. dV means denominator you need to differentiate with respect to XL. This part becomes 0. And coming to second part, if you just see, you have square of this. So 2 into XTH plus XL. Okay. And anyhow for XTH it is 1 and XL it is 0. So that is why here it is VTH square into RL into 2 into XTH plus XL is the numerator part. Anyhow, in the denominator, you will be squaring V square is equal to 0. Okay, so this first part is completely 0, so 0. Coming to second part, minus VTH square into RL into 2 XTH plus XTH plus XL, this is not XTH, is equal to 0. So this VTH square becomes 0, RL that side becomes 0, 2 also goes there, becomes 0. So XL will be equal to minus XTH. That is the answer. Have you got the same, ma? Have you got the same? Please let me know. XL is equal to minus XTH. So here it is in place of TH, it should be L actually. So that is, I think, it is wrongly written. Fine. Shall I proceed to next step?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Next, coming to next case. After substituting 2 in 1, what is our first equation? Tell me. This is second equation. What is our first equation? First equation is the power equation, which is equal to before. This one, first equation. So in place of XL, you should have minus XTH, isn't it? So this part becomes 0. Right? If this part becomes 0, then what happens? Let us see. You are remained with power equation equal to VTH square into RL divided by RTH plus RL whole square. This is what is our power equation when XL is varying and RL is constant. Right? Am I clear till here? Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So now coming to the next case, case 2, when XL is constant and RL is varying, what happens? You just observe. So, what you need to do is for the same power equation, you need to differentiate with respect to RL and equate it to 0. What is that you get? Tell me. You just note down. Differentiate the power equation with respect to RL. Before case, we have differentiated with respect to XL. Now, in this case, what we do is we differentiate with respect to RL and equate it to 0. Okay, so that is what we are doing now. So this is our V value, V du. So this is V, complete V. Du, when you are doing with respect to, differentiating U, then this is, we are differentiating with respect to RL. So this will be 1. So you are remained with VTH square. So VTH square minus U dV. What is your U value? VTH square into RL. dV, you are doing with respect to RL. So this part will be 0. So 2 into RTH plus RL is equal to 0. Anyhow, denominator will be whole square. And if it goes that side, again it becomes 0 and you need to expand the numerator now. Okay, so when you expand the numerator, you have to take VTH common, VTH square common. Next, you can take RTH plus RL also common, and you can take it that side, it becomes 0. Then you will be remained with RTH plus RL plus, you just tell me whether you got this equation or not. Every one of you. After simplification, whether you got RTH square plus XTH plus XL whole square is equal to RL, have you got or not, you just tell me. Make it fast. Yes, please. Are you calculating, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, make it fast. Make it fast.
Ma'am.
Because we are still in the second theorem. Yeah, ma. Tell me.
275 want to
Tell me, who
join
is
the
this?
class now.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Ask him to again join. I'll admit him. Those who are willing to join, ask them to join. I'll admit. This is the last time I am admitting. You have to be 5 minutes before to the class, or else this will not work out. Okay. Continuously, I admitting every time. You being late. Make it fast. Those who are willing to come to the class, you just log on, join the class. I'll admit. And one more thing, ma, I am asked to inform you that those who are pending with the college fee dues, you need to clear the dues because in next month maybe you'll have examinations. So those who fail to clear the dues, they will not be allowed to write the examinations. This is what is informed to me to inform you. They asked me to inform you. So you just clear all the dues, whatever you have from your side. Yes, Sindhu?
Second year fees, ma'am.
Dues you have? First year dues you have? Yes.
No, ma'am.
So first year dues you don't have. Second year already semester is started. So you need to also pay the college fee. That negotiations, all those things you just ask from the office. Okay, then you can clear. You can pay second year fees also. Okay, whatever doubts you have, you just contact office, and then you can clear your dues as well, pay the college fee for second year also.
Yes.
Okay, that is what is informed to me. Right. Next. Okay, fine. Only 62 out of 81 every day. I'm seeing only few students join in the class. Okay, nearly 25 students are absent to the class every day. Don't know what is the reason. Okay, we are noting down all those students who are not joining the classes. Okay, right? Shall I proceed? Where we are, ma? Yes. Yes. When XL is constant and RL is varied, have you got this fourth equation? Every one of you. Please let me know. So when RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square Yes, please. Are you not done with the calculations?
Done, ma'am.
Done. Have you got the same answer, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right? Shall I proceed to the next step?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Sindhu, have you got the same answer? Sindhu? Okay. Now what you do is you just put the value which we got before, which is XTH is equal to minus XL. Okay. And RL is RL is equal to RTH. Okay, you just keep this value here, then fourth equation will be becoming this one, RL equal to RTH. You just substitute the value. XTH is equal to XL means, okay, this will become minus XL. Minus XL plus XL will go off. So you are remained with, okay, RT, yes, please. I think this is RL. Is that equation right, ma? Because you don't have square here for RL. I think it is wrong. Wait, let me. Have you got the same, Svenik? Hmm? Yes, please tell me. Numerator equation is okay. RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square into VTH square minus VTH square into RL into 2 into RTH plus RL is equal to 0. After simplification, have you got the fourth equation perfectly or not? I want. No one is responding. Why? Why, ma? Why no one is responding?
Checking again,
Checking
ma'am.
again. Okay. You check again once. I got the same. Hold on once. But the correction here is RTH square plus XTH plus XL whole square should be equal to RL square, not RL. Is it? Yes or no? Fourth equation, it should be equal to RL square.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now you just substitute XTH is equal to minus XL or XL is equal to minus XTH. Then finally you will be getting RL equal to RTH. Isn't it? Isn't it? So what is the meaning of it? Before case, you got XTH is equal to the negative of XL but not equal to plus XL. But RL value is equal to positive RTH. That means, okay, what is the meaning? Okay, let me just, yeah. So the meaning here is the equations 2 and 5 come simultaneously. If you write ZL is equal to, we assumed it as RL plus JXL. ZTH we assumed it as RTH plus JXTH actually. But while proving, what we got is XTH is equal to minus XL or XL is equal to minus XTH but not equal to plus XTH. So when ZL is equal to ZTH conjugate, what is the meaning of conjugate? So when this value is RL plus JXL plus complex conjugate is nothing but getting imaginary value to be negative. Okay, right? So when ZL equal to ZTH conjugate, then only maximum power will be transferred. Then only maximum power will be transferred. Right? So now what is the value of maximum power which is transferred to the load? Always you just remember, always power will be always absorbed by the, okay, real part. Power will be always absorbed by the real part of impedance. but not imaginary part of impedance. Power will always be absorbed by real part of impedance. What is our real part? RTH. So here also, in AC circuit also, the maximum power which is transferred to the load will always be VTH square by 4 into RTH, but not ZTH conjugate. Here the condition is, okay, this is very, very important, but you can make it a star mark. Okay, in an AC circuit, the maximum power transfer takes place when dash, when load impedance is equal to complex conjugate of source impedance or complex conjugate of Thevenin equivalent impedance. Okay, this is a 5-starred, bit as far as competitive exams are concerned, right? Then in this case also, what is the maximum power transferred? Maximum power transferred is equal to VTH square by 4 into RTH. That is the point. Have you understood till? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Yes.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you just remember that whenever power is transferred, it has to be absorbed by any element. Okay, whenever power is coming from the source, it has to be absorbed by any other element. Always the power will be absorbed by the resistance part of, okay, the impedance. Power will not be absorbed by reactive part of impedance. Power will always be absorbed by the real part of impedance, which is nothing but resistance. Okay, right? So that is what is about the DC statement of maximum power transfer theorem. These proofs are very, very important. You may be also asked to prove maximum power transfer theorem and get the condition for maximum power transfer in case of DC as well as in AC circuits. Right? Next, now how to solve such type of problems in maximum power transfer theorem? So let us see that. Okay. So you are asked to find the value of RL for maximum power transfer in the circuit of figure and also find out what is the maximum power which is produced. That is what is asked, question asked for this circuit. A very simple circuit you are given and you are asked to find out what is RL. How can you find out RL? Can anyone tell me? Yes, ma? When maximum power is transferred, you tell me the condition for a DC circuit. When is maximum power transferred? A DC circuit. Just now I told you. You have to respond. When is maximum power transferred to RL?
When the load resistance equal to the Thevenin's resistance.
Yes, very good. When load resistance is equal to Thevenin equivalent resistance, then only maximum power is transferred. So that means if you are asked to find out RL, then if you find RTH, then you will be getting what is the value of RL, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, you will be getting RL value if you find RTH value, because maximum power will be transferred when RL is equal to RTH. Then what you need to do for, what is the first step? That means you need to reduce other than RL the complete circuit into Thevenin equivalent circuit, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now coming to the solution of this, first remove the load resistance. After removing the load resistance, deactivate the sources, independent sources. What are the independent sources here? One is voltage source, another one is current source. So current source should be open circuited and voltage source should be short circuited. Open circuiting the current source means you have just opened it, no current is flowing. So we have removed the current source. Short circuiting means you just remove the voltage source and short it with a wire. So that is replaced by a line. Okay, by line, one single line, we have replaced it with a line. After that, you need to find out the Thevenin equivalent resistance by seeing into the circuit from this direction. So when you are seeing the circuit in this direction, you need to assume that there is a source here. So there is a source here means current starts flowing. When current starts flowing, it divides at this node. So divides, and if you just observe 6 ohms, one end is connected to 12 ohms and other end is connected to again 12 ohms here. Both are in parallel and also current is dividing. So both are in parallel. So 6 and 12 are in parallel. That combination will come in series with this both 3 and 2. Okay, so that is what to find RTH, short circuit voltage source, and open circuit current source. So RTH will be equal to 2 plus 3. That series combination of 2 plus 3 will come in series again with the parallel combination of 6 and 12. Okay, both are in parallel, combination is in series. Both are in parallel, combination is in series. If we just observe, this is what is 6 into 12 by 18, okay, is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9 ohms. So RTH is equal to 9 ohms. You just take down the problem, every one of you, and write till RTH. Make it fast. Make it fast. Is Shravan there in the class? 210. Shravan, are you there? If you are there, please respond. I want to hear your voice at least. I can't see you. Okay, if I call you, you are not attending my call. At least now I'll hear your voice. 210, Shravan, are you there in the class? Okay, finished? Next step. You have to find out what is Thevenin equivalent voltage. Okay, we have open circuited that RL ohms resistor. Then you have to find out what is Thevenin voltage. So can anyone tell me what will be the Thevenin voltage across which which branch I can find out Thevenin voltage? Can anyone tell me how to find out Thevenin voltage? Yes, please. Anything, okay. Whatever you think, you just tell me, I'll correct you. Don't be silent. Okay. So what will be the Thevenin voltage where I can find? You just tell me. Where is positive connected for Thevenin voltage. Yes, please.
12 into I1 minus I2.
Okay. That's it. Any other answers? Any other answers from boys' side? Boys, I want to hear your voice at least. Except Svenik, only he responds. Others, Akhil, are you there for 74 or 5? 75 or 74? Akhil, 255? Dattatreya,
Yes, ma'am.
are you there? Can you tell
Yes,
me
ma'am.
where can I find out this Thevenin voltage? Just think of. Anyone is having any idea? Okay, fine. I'll be sharing my Jamboard so that. Okay. Okay. Wait, hold on once. Okay. So this is our circuit, isn't it? So this is how we found out the RTH value, which is equal to how much we got? RTH value is 9 ohms we got. Now coming to finding out what is Thevenin equivalent voltage, what we have to do is I just sorry, wait, hold on once. This is current flowing through. This is open circuited, isn't it? These two terminals are open circuited. I told you already, even though the terminals are open circuited, the voltage will exist due to other elements, the current flowing through other elements. So let us see how to find out this Thevenin's voltage. So since this is open circuited, will the current flow through 2 ohms? So the current flowing through 2 ohms is 0. So the voltage drop across 2 ohms is also 0 volts. Okay, so 0 volts. That means we should not consider this 2 ohms while we are finding out the VTH value. So that means this 2 ohms will not consider. So let us replace that with a line. Okay, next. This positive is connected to the current source here and negative is connected to the current source here. That means whatever the voltage which is across this open circuited terminals is nothing but the voltage across this 2 amps source. But do you know what is the voltage across this 2 amps source? This is a current source. You can't find out what is the voltage across this current source. Okay, so this way is also closed. Okay, this is the voltage across this is 0. You cannot find out the voltage across 2 amps. So you need to find another way where you can find out this Thevenin's voltage. So if you just observe, again this positive is connected to which resistor? This 3 ohms, this end, isn't it? Okay, right? Negative is connected to 12 ohms. Right? So positive is connected to 3 ohms one end, negative is connected to 12 ohms another end. Okay, but whenever you try to find out VTH, you need to check the loop where the positive, that means the positive and negative both are connected. That means it starts from here, goes through this loop and then it ends at this negative. That means the voltage across this open circuited terminals is nothing but the drop across 3 ohms as well as 12 ohms. Then only this is completed. It's not only the voltage across 12 ohms, because when it will be the voltage across 12 ohms, if you don't have this 3 ohms here, then directly this positive is connected to 12 and negative is connected to here. Then the voltage across these two terminals will be the voltage across 12 ohms directly. But here you have 3 ohms resistor. Okay, you have 3 ohms resistor here. You cannot neglect this because this is in a loop where some current is flowing here. That means the voltage across these two terminals is the drop across 3 as well as 12 combination. Right? Am I clear? Any confusion? Tell me.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so to find out what is the drop across 3 ohms and 12 ohms, you need to know what is the current flowing through this 3 ohms, and you also need to find out what is the current flowing through this 12 ohms. So 12 ohms, 3 ohms anyhow the current flowing is minus 2 amps. Why minus 2 in this direction? Minus 2. I2 is minus 2 amps. Both are in reverse direction. Our assumption is I1 and I2. I2 is coming in reverse direction. So this is minus 2. Then coming to 12 ohms, this is the resistor which is between two loops. So either you, to find out VTH, I should come in this loop only. So the current flowing through 12 ohms is I2 minus I1. Isn't it? Because but for finding out Thevenin's voltage, I should come in this direction only. I am concerned with second loop only. I am not concerned with the first loop. Even though I am concerned with the second loop, but 12 ohms is in between two loops, the current flowing is either I1 minus I2 or I2 minus I1. But why we are considering I2 minus I1 is because to find out VTH, we should circulate, we should go in this loop itself. So that means you should find out what is I1. So for finding out I1, you just start from here and apply KVL for the first loop. Plus 6I1 plus 12 into I1 minus I2 plus 12 into I1 minus I2 minus 12 is equal to 0. After simplifying, what you get, 18 I1 minus 12 I2 is equal to 12. You just substitute there. Okay, this is what is the first KVL equation. Second KVL, no need to write down because already we know the current value is minus 2 amps. You just substitute this I2 value here in this equation. You will be getting what is I1. So after doing that, I got I1 to be equal to minus 0.66 amps. Okay, minus 0.66 amps I got. Right? So I got I1, I got I2. Now you just draw 3 ohms as well as 12 ohms separately. Okay, and VTH point is here, negative point is here. Okay, according to the direction of I2, if you just observe, I2 is flowing in this direction. That means the current which is coming to 3 ohms is in this direction, and current which is coming to 12 ohms, which is I2 minus I1, is in the up direction. Okay, current which is flowing through 3 ohms in this direction, this is positive and this is negative. Current flowing through 12 ohms in this direction, this is positive and this is negative, which is I2 minus I1. That is what I have just written. I2 is in this direction, so this is positive and this is negative. Next, I2 minus I1 is in the up direction, so this is positive and this is negative. That is what you need to represent along with the current here, along with the current to find out VTH. Okay, now to find out VTH, you start from here. If you start from here, this is 3 into I2 plus VTH. Next, coming to here, plus 12 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. So now substitute I2 value here, also substitute I1 value here. Finally, I'll be getting VTH is equal to 22 volts. You just calculate and let me know. Meanwhile, I'll take attendance. You just respond. Okay. 201.
Present, ma'am.
Yeah. 202.
Present, ma'am.
3. 3 is absent. You just calculate, ma, all of you. Uh, 4. 204. 204. Don't leave after posting the attendance. Okay, I'll just. Amma?
4 rule number లేదు ma'am.
4 is not there. 5. 5 is present. 6. 6.
6 present, ma'am. 6 present,
7.
ma'am.
Okay, 7. Make it fast. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10. 11.
Present ma'am.
12.
10, ma'am.
13. Naveen. నిన్న వర్షం వచ్చింది, ఈరోజు వర్షం పోయింది, అందుకే వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. 14.
Present ma'am.
14. 15. 16.
Present, ma'am.
15 present. 16.
Present, ma'am.
17.
Present, ma'am.
18.
Present, ma'am.
19. 19. 20.
Present, ma'am.
21. Okay. 21.
10, ma'am.
22. 22. 23. 22 absent. 23. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
24.
Present, ma'am.
25. Okay, 25. I think he left the college. 26.
Present, ma'am.
27.
Present, ma'am.
28.
Present, ma'am.
29.
Present ma'am.
30. 30. 31.
Present, ma'am.
32.
Present, ma'am.
33.
Present, ma'am.
34. 34. 30, 35. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
34 is present. 35 is present. 36.
Present, ma'am.
37.
Present, ma'am.
38.
Present, ma'am.
39. 40.
Present, ma'am.
41.
Present, ma'am.
42.
Present, ma'am.
43. 43. 44. Okay, 44 will be absent. 45.
Present, madam.
46.
Present, ma'am.
47.
Present, ma'am.
48.
Present, ma'am.
49.
Yes, ma'am.
50.
Madam 43 present ma'am. Present ma'am.
Okay, okay. 50.
Present ma'am.
51.
Present, ma'am.
52.
Present, ma'am.
53. 53. 54. 55. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
55.
Yes, ma'am.
56. Okay, okay.
Again, ma'am.
56. 54, 55, 56, all are present. 57, 57, 58,
Present, ma'am.
59, 60,
Present, ma'am.
61,
Present, madam.
62,
Present, madam.
63,
Present, ma'am.
64, 64, 65,
Present, ma'am.
66, Lauren 66, 67, Aikis 68, 69,
Present, ma'am.
70. Post your attendance in the chat box. 70, 71,
Ma'am, roll number 271, Shiva had left the meeting, ma'am, due to network problem.
okay, 72,
Present, ma'am.
73,
Ma'am.
74.
Present, ma'am.
Akhil, I have been calling you since the class started. Why are you not responding? Akhil, I have been calling you since the class started. Why are you not responding?
Madam, I came for driving.
Hmm. 75.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Readmitted 231 through 233. 41. Sorry, 44.
Present, ma'am.
44. Okay. 51. 51. 29.
Present, ma'am.
79.
Present, ma'am.
39. 39 absent. 17 Balaji.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. I told you to be in my class after the attendance. Okay, so many of them left. Okay, so after getting this, VTH, what is that you are asked? You are asked to find out the load resistance value. So anyhow, load resistance value is 9 ohms. Okay, anyhow, RTH is equal to 9 ohms. And to find out maximum power value, you need to use this formula, which is VTH square by 4RL. Substitute what is VTH value, which is 22, okay, divided by 4 into 9. That value is 13.44 watts. 13.44 watts. Okay, have you understood this? Finding out VTH value?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, we'll be discussing about AC problem in the next class. Okay, thank you. You may leave now.